What's good? What's good? It's the one and only, but what do I know? Boxing coming back at y'all with another one, man. So we got Dmitry Bivol in the news, and he spoke on, well, his team spoke on his back surgery or whatnot. So first and foremost, let me say, I wish Dmitry Bivol a speedy recovery. If you guys don't know, in the sport of boxing, pretty much everybody has these injuries, man. I competed for, I'm 34 now, so I've been competing for well, I would say actually now, because I can't say 19 years, because I haven't compete since 2023. So I'd say about 17 years I competed or whatnot. And it's injuries that I said that to say it's injuries that I have from the sport that sometimes never heal the same, or them lingering injuries that come back every now and again. So I'm glad he was able to get that taken care of. So let's go ahead and get into the article real quick, and then I'm gonna drop my opinion about everything and what I feel like should happen next. All right, so shout out to the boxing app. It says Bivol's back surgery was successful. Dmitry Bivol spent the rest of 2025 recovering and undergoing surgery for a long-standing back injury, and he's asking the IBF for a medical exception to keep his title while he heals. The lineal, the WBA, IBF, and the WBO light heavyweight champion revealed the procedure on Friday, noting a 6 to 8 week recovery before he can resume training. The announcement came more than a week after deadline lapsed to finalize his IBF ordered defense against mandatory challenger Michael Efer. Bivol said the injury had worsened with each camp over the past decade, prompting the operation. His team has filed for an IBF exemption to delay the overdue Efer fight. The sanctioning body will now decide both on Bivol's request and whether to authorize an interim title. In the meantime, Efer has waited since March 2023, when he upset the former lineal champion John Pascal to become IBF's #1 contender. The development freezes, at least for now, any immediate plans for a trilogy with Artur Beterbiev. The rivalry sits at 1-1 after a pair of majority decisions in Riyadh. Beterbiev edged the first meeting on October 12, 2024. Bivol returned the favor February 22nd, 2025, which was a great card, by the way. Bivol later vacated his WBC rather than proceeding the title consolidation with David Benavidez, anticipating a rubber match that never got over the line. With Bivol sidelined, Beterbiev has now moved to a stay busy bout versus Dion Nicholson on November 22nd in Riyadh. Bivol, for his part, insists he'll be back stronger than ever in 2026, though he has offered no hint at a first opponent once he's cleared. The IBF ruling on his medical exemption will shape the division's next move. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, again, I wish Bivol a speedy recovery, man. If y'all don't know, Bivol has been my favorite fighter at 175 for a long time. But what I feel like he should do coming back now after a back surgery, or for me, I'm gonna be honest, after any surgery, I feel like it's only right that you give yourself a comeback fight. I wouldn't be comfortable with him coming back fighting Artur Beterbiev after having surgery and pretty much gonna be off for a year, because he hasn't fought since February of this year, which is that's literally the second month of this of 2025. And so with that being said, him being on a year layoff and coming off of surgery, and Bivol having another fight in November, I think he owes it to himself to have a tune-up fight. Now, I'm glad that he came back and cleared everything up, because for a long time, obviously the fight with David Benavidez wasn't, they didn't take the fight with David Benavidez, and I did consider it a duck, because I always said, anybody that's gonna fight Beterbiev, for the third time, I don't think that he's ducking Benavidez to fight Beterbiev. I just can't see that. I don't fathom that. But then, when the fight, recently was announced with Artur Beterbiev fighting Dion Nicholson or whatnot, that kind of made me wonder, well, damn, if they weren't gonna fight, then he could have went ahead and just fought Benavidez or whatnot, and it kind of made me just look like that. And even with that, I knew, nah, bro, something is going on, because that's not Bivol, bro. Bivol ain't finna duck no smoke with nobody. So I knew something was going on, which is why I didn't speak on it. I wanted things to kind of pass over, and now I finally see, like, okay, the dude had surgery. He had surgery, so that explains why. All right. Now, unfortunately, you know, we didn't get the Benavidez fight, and unfortunately, we're not gonna get the Better Beef fight. And that the only thing that sucks about that is because I really want to just go ahead and get this over with, bro. Like, I really like, you know, granted, none of the fights was boring. Both of the fights were close. But I guess we just live in such an ADHD society. Like, it's so many more fights that I want to see. Like, I want to just go ahead and get the Better Beef fight out of the way, because I still want to see him versus Benavidez, Bivol versus Benavidez. But, you know, I don't think, honestly, if I'm being honest, the way boxing works out, bro, I don't think that we're going to ever get that fight. And I feel sorry for Benavidez, who has been willing to fight the best, but just can't get him in there due to either duck or circumstances. So, you know, the light heavyweight division definitely has some names, and there's some names out there, a few names. It's not as a stacked division as 154 or 140, but it's definitely stacked. So, you know, we'll see what transpires with that. But I would definitely like for him to take a tune-up fight. Bivol has such a good resume, you know. I just, you know, let's let that fight happen, or let that happen or whatnot. As for Artur Beterbiev, he did the smart thing, bro. I'm not finna sit around and wait on you. I'm finna take a fight in between. When Floyd Mayweather fought Jose Luis Castillo, a lot of people felt like Floyd lost that first fight. Floyd had surgery or whatnot on his shoulder, or something, had some injury. Jose Luis Castillo took a fight in between. He didn't just sit around and wait on Floyd. He took a fight in between, and then they fought again later on that year. And I think Bivol is right for doing this. So, I mean, not Bivol, but Beterbiev is right for doing this. I mean, he should. And then most importantly, Beterbiev is getting old. He's getting, you know, he's like 40 years old. You know what I'm saying? So he has to stay active or whatever. I'm not mad at that at all. So hopefully we get a, you know, hopefully Benavidez. I mean, I'm sorry, it's too many B's, bro. Bivol, Benavidez, Beterbiev, golly. Hopefully Bivol gets a speedy recovery. He's still young. I think Bivol is like 33 years old or 34, something like that. So he still has, you know, a few years ahead of him or whatnot. So, you know, hopefully he gets a speedy recovery and we see him back in action. As far as Benavidez, man, Benavidez has a tough fight coming up with Anthony Yarde. That's gonna be a really good. That's a banger right there, bro. You want to talk about a banger? That's a banger. Benavidez can't afford to get tired in that fight. I can tell you that right now, because Anthony Yarde is. Although Anthony Yarde fades out in the later half too, that's because of all that muscle or whatever. But Anthony Yarde is coming, so this gonna be a good fight. I'm excited for this for that fight as well. So, you know, the light heavyweight division is shaping up to be a pretty good one. You know, we got some good names out there, so hopefully we get a thing shaking next year. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. What do you think about Bivol's injury and his surgery? Do you feel it to be a duck? Drop it all in the comment section, bro. Cause I want to hear what you guys got to say. Like, I don't think that you consider this a duck, but let me hear what you guys think. All right. But what the heck do I know?